Back foot. Pivot. Watch your left. Okay. Again. Back foot. Defend. Pivot. Strike. Not bad. Not bad. But you need to be quicker, okay? Ready? Again. Defend. Up. Left. Right. Dodge. Maneuver. Counter. Not bad, Princess. Good job. Yeah, I think you're doing better, but there's always room for improvement. I think your stance needs a bit of work. It's not firm enough, and you still need to be quicker, okay? Yeah, I know you're trying as hard as you can, and I appreciate that, but we've been training for a month, okay? It's time you really start to pick it up. How does the sword feel? Good. It's nice you have a weapon that you're familiar with, that you're comfortable with. Okay, one more spar and we'll be done for today. Now for this time, I want you to use your magic as well, okay? Ready when you are. Defend up! Counter! Defend low! Ice blast! Blackfoot! Duck! Maneuver left! Maneuver right! Strike! 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 Pressure forward! Strike! Defend left! Counter! Wow. Well done. That was good. You listened to me, and you were quick. Good job, Princess. Yeah, we're done for today. You can put your training sword back over there. Yeah, sure. You can ask me anything. What's up? Do I think you're ready? Why would you ask that? You're not doubting yourself, are you? Listen, you're doing really well, okay? In the past month we've been training, you've made a lot of progress. Why do you ask that? Ah, yeah. I can understand that. Not knowing your enemy can be a pretty scary thing. And one of the first laws of war is to know your enemy. I'll tell you what, why don't we have a sit down and you ask me whatever you want. What have the scouts reported? Well, the scouts have been relatively minimal in their reports. There's not really been much. Ever since Valakor appeared after we raided the castle, things have been quiet. Yeah, a little too quiet. Who is Valakor? You mean you haven't heard the story? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. After it all happened, they really tried to hush up the story of Valakor. Hoped people would forget about him. Well, if no one's going to tell you, then I will. So here's how it begins. Hundreds of years ago, before the formation of the four kingdoms of the south, north, east, and west, there was the King of Kings, who ruled the entire continent under one crown. One man. But he wasn't alone. He had with him 12 advisors that he chose personally. They were each given a region of the kingdom to watch over, and they aided the king with advice and helping him to rule. All of his advisors were loyal and honorable, and very wise men. Some were generals and commanders, and some were sorcerers. One, however, didn't want to help the king for the sake of the kingdom. One advisor wanted to covet the king's power and seize it for himself. That advisor was known as Marcellus Valakor. Valakor saw the king's power, and he wanted to take it for himself. So like many a fallen angel, he rebelled against the King of Kings with an army of dark sorcerers he called the Brotherhood of the Black Ring. However, Valakor was bested by the King of Kings and his advisors, and the Brotherhood of the Black Ring was destroyed. Valakor was the only survivor. What did the king do? The king wanted to show Valakor defeat, but not by killing him. He let him live. But he exiled him to the furthest point north possible, and Valakor was left abandoned in the cold snow of the farthest points of the north. They claim that Valakor walked days and nights further to the north, until he reached the rumored Mountains of Madness, a strange and supernatural place rumored to harbor a great evil beyond the mountain pass. When Valakor reached the Mountains of Madness, he screamed out into the night, asking for the great evil to show itself to him and bestow him with power so that he could have his revenge. He got no answer, and he felt that he had truly been abandoned by the dark ways, and was ready to just lay down and die in the cold. But that was when the ground rumbled, the great earthquake that shook the entire continent, as the Mountains of Madness split across the middle. And from the mountain, a great mouth opened up, teeth of jagged stone, and a great void as a mouth. The mountain had opened its maw to Valakor, hence why we call it that now, the maw. And when the maw opened, Valakor was swallowed into the abyss below along with half the terrain, and the maw laid open, a great abyss no man was brave enough to explore. The great evil had awoken and swallowed Valakor. That's when many people presumed him to be dead. But hundreds of years later, the maw opened again, and a great raging blue fire burned in the back of the maw's stone throat. And from it came Valakor, with an army of the dead. It's not known what happened within the maw, but many people believe that when the maw swallowed Valakor, he met the great evil that lied beyond the mountain, and seeing his hunger for revenge and his power over darkness, the great evil made Valakor a monster, a master of dark sorcery, and master over the dead and flesh alike. And from then, he stormed from the maw, attempting to seize and destroy the entire continent and have it ruled by the dead, under a new banner, the Brotherhood of Bones. With an army of the dead, he attempted to wipe across the north first, where the maw is. However, he was stopped. The King of the North, your father, was ready for him. We still aren't sure how your father knew, but we believe your father consulted what is known as a seer, these strange fortune tellers who live out in the north. The four kingdoms battled in the north for 10 years, trying to stop Valakor's progression into the other kingdoms. Many lives were lost over those 10 years. We call it the Great War. However, after all our hardship and all our struggle, we were victorious when the King of the North forced Valakor back into the throat of the maw, and using his magic, sealed the maw shut. And that's when the war ended. Valakor was gone, and the maw he had come from was sealed shut with a great glacier summoned by the King of the North. But we believe the King of the North had died in that battle. Now, though, we know that's not true. He went back to the castle and took that sceptre you have with him now with him. After the war? Well, after the war, things went pretty much back to normal. However, the North was so infested with dead, stragglers that couldn't get back into the maw, that we just decided to abandon it. Most people of the North left as refugees, and it was left to ruin over 30 years. Yep, that's pretty much how it all happened. Valakor is an extremely powerful dark sorcerer. When he first appeared from the maw, his powers, from what my parents tell me, were like nothing ever written about in history. Yeah, I know, it's a lot to take in. Even to this day, your father's barrier still holds, and the maw is still force closed. Whatever your father did, I think it has something to do with that sceptre that he left. For you. It only works when you touch it. None of the other battle mages can get it to work aside from you. And the magic you can do with it. That part I don't know. If your father thinks he'd sealed the Maw, why leave the weapon for you? Unless there was something he knew was going to happen that we don't. I don't know. The Maw's been sealed shut for years, and that reflection in the mirror in the secret passage. Valakor's active, and he knows you have that, and he wants it. If that scepter is the key to keeping the Maw closed, then he'll stop at nothing to get it. The plan is, from what my commanders and generals tell me, they want to ride you out to the Maw, see if you can do something with it, refortify the barrier while it's still there. Yes, while it's still there, my commanders and generals fear that Valakor is plotting something that may destroy the barrier that protects us from what's inside the Maw. Hey, it's okay. You don't need to be afraid. Remember how well you're doing. You have confidence in yourself. I know that. What about me? What have you... No. Even after this is all over, I'll still see you. I'm not going anywhere, whether we win or lose. I'll be right by your side. I promise. I'll be with you. Anywhere, everywhere. Forever. Say, why don't we go have a good time? Why don't we go relax and get something to eat? Take our minds off of all this warfare, huh? Aw, that's the smile I like to see. Come on. So, what do you want to do? Oh, the kitchen first then. I've got no objections. Oh, I can smell the cinnamon buns. Oh, they look so good. Excuse me, chef, how many of these am I allowed to have? Oh, just one? Oh, you hear that, head chef? By royal decree, you're supposed to let me have as many as I want. Thank you. Come on. Thanks for coming in there. You know, I bet that whole by royal decree thing comes in pretty useful. Well, thank you either way. It is a very, appreciated gesture. What do you want to do now? Oh, yeah. I guess a bit of peace and quiet wouldn't hurt. Actually, I know the perfect place. Follow me. Well, this used to be a little command area. We used to have it up here on the roof for, scouting over and looking over the land, but now we don't need it anymore, so it's free for us to use as we wish. Look, it's got a brazier here so that we can keep warm, and chairs. Will you have a seat, my lady? Ah, there you go. And let me just get the brazier lit. There we are. I really do love sitting outside at night in the north. You have those really beautiful lights in the sky. You don't get those anywhere else but here. Yeah? What is it? Do I think we'll win? Who knows? It's honestly hard to say. There's a lot of factors to consider. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. It's too much of a chance to say. I never concern myself with thinking like that. No, never. Of all the battles I fought, I never thought, am I going to win or am I going to lose? I just think about doing my best. And, Princess, I like to think you, me, we've already won our game. If we do win, though, will you keep me as your royal protector? Maybe. What do you mean by that? Maybe more? What are you saying? You're king consort? No. Princess, that is way too much, both for you and for me. I'm calm. I'm calm. I just. That is a big step. I think I'm gonna faint. Your king consort. No, that is way too much. Listen, right? I may be sergeant material, but I'm not king material. Huh? What do I mean by king material? What actually do I mean by that? You don't measure it on kingly duties or how kingly I am. You measure it on what then? How much you love me. No, it's fine. It's just I love you so much. Yes, I know you don't like seeing me cry. Listen, Princess, I'm honoured with the offer, but maybe we should wait till all this is over to consider that, okay? Good. That sounds like a plan. Now, I've run out of cinnamon buns already, so I suggest we go get some... What the hell? Princess, come here! I got you! What is going on? It's okay, I've got you, it's just an earthquake. What the hell is happening? It's okay, Princess. You can stand up, it's over. I don't know what that was, but I have a theory what it could be. Princess, I think the moor just opened again. What now? We get ready to fight.